guys, so let me show you what we're doing today. We are fishing with the finger mullet X-Shad. And I love, when I'm using these X-Shads, I love putting them on that GoldenEye screw lock hook, putting that beautiful eyeball next to that painted lure that really comes to life. Let this plane pass by here. I'll show you something. So what I'm doing is I'm fishing this structure out by the UNO airport, and I'm fishing it just like we do the bridges. I'm treating it like a bridge, and I'm throwing up underneath it, next to the pilings, around the pilings, through the pilings, and I'm using a trolling motor to position the boat left, right, move down some, and just trying to pattern these fish. And it's about 15 foot of water, so you want to use that 3/8 ounce to a 1/2 ounce jig head and let it go all the way to the bottom. And then just do that pontotrain pop, just like we do on the bridges. This is very, very similar situation here. And you can just simply go to the next set, throw it right through there again. And this is like, that's how I like to do it. All right, so a lot of lure companies, they'll put the eyeball, when they're making these really nice looking hand painted lures, they look great, but they'll put the eyeball on the actual soft plastic itself, where down here in South Louisiana, we use so many open face jig heads. When we built these X-Shads, which are hand painted, we didn't put the eyeball on there. And look, all you do is you just screw it on there. This really helps keep it on. But the eyeball is on the jig head. When you put it on there right, just look how that thing really comes to life. It really, really looks good. That's the way it looks. That's the way a real fish looks. There we go. A little lick symbol as the plane flies over our head. The reason that is we are fishing next to an airport right now, using that old finger mullet X-Shad. I'll go over why I chose this color. All right, so the finger mullet's the one I went with because when I got over here, it's slick calm right now. It's pretty rare you see the whole like pontotrain this calm. It's pretty slicked out. And when that happens, you can see a lot of what's going on the surface, and there is just a tremendous amount of mullets working the surface here. And obviously speckled trout love mullets. They love them, 2 to 6 inches long, especially these, if you get some really big trout, they'll eat them up to 7, 8 inches, but typically 2 to 6 inches long. Big time forage for speckled trout. I'm seeing the mullets everywhere. So I went to that finger mullet X-Shad. If this is a trout, it's pretty nice. And it's working good for us. Good fish, good fish. Oh, let's lost him right at the boat. That was a solid, 2 pounder, 2.5, maybe 2 3/4. Nice healthy fish. He about ripped the pole out my hand whenever he hit it. That was a good hit, but again, I'm letting that finger mullet X-Shad get all the way to the bottom. As I get further down this, they call this a catwalk here. I think this helps actually land the airplanes at night. It gets a little bit deeper. You just want to make sure you're letting it get all the way to the bottom at all times. And just bouncing it off the bottom. Sometimes they'll be off this thing a good piece. Sometimes you got to throw it right up in there. Just kind of got to figure out the pattern they're on. We're catching a few right now, nothing crazy. But I'm just throwing it all the way through the pier here, through each set of pilings, and I want to bring it right through here. That way if there's fish hanging out on that wooden structure, they'll be able to see this lure when it comes breezing through. Water's really, really clean at the moment. I highly recommend fluorocarbon. We're using our Matrix Fluoro. It's 15-pound test. That's perfect for this. Grabbing foul hooks in the gill. That's why he's fighting so hard. Oh, look at him. He's got food in his mouth. Look at that, y'all. That is crazy. Two totally insane things. A, how did I ever hook this fish here? That's beyond me. And B, look at that pogie, I believe, a mullet in his mouth. How cool is that? Beautiful fish. What have we got here? Is that a catfish in his mouth? That's a freshwater cat. That is a freshwater catfish in that fish's mouth. That is 1,000,000% a first for me. And we just fishing the seawall now. This goes, the seawall wraps around all the way from the industrial canal, all the way back around to the backside where the old casino used to be, and all of it can be good. We just caught this red with a freshwater cat in his mouth. Incredible. That's a good trout. I think this is gonna be a nice trout. Nice trout. Come on in, baby. Got one for you, Simba, buddy. Got one for you, Simba, dude. Come on up, coming in hot. Get him, Simba. Get him, Simba. Get him, Simba. Oh, Simba, be careful, bud. There we go, guys. So we just came out here to show you guys some other areas to fish. Wonderful area over here by the Seabrook, UNO, Lakefront Airport. Wonderful lure here, the finger mullet X shad. We'll be putting some X shads in your monthly bait box. Make sure to subscribe to the bait box and get your hands on those. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Check out all of our videos, fishing areas, all over the Pontchartrain Basin and all over, you know, the Gulf Coast itself. So hope you enjoyed this one, guys. Another fun one on a beautiful afternoon out here urban fishing right next to the city of New Orleans.